I was in the delivery room wailing in pain and Nurse Sis kept comforting me but apparently to no avail until she said something. Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, who delivered you is very handsome. Speaking of which, am not sleepy really? I asked breathlessly. Yes, in a moment. The young lady was about to say something else when she was interrupted by a crisp voice. All set. Hearing the question, Missy smiled a little and turned her head to look at me. Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, is here. Then she was silenced. Wait, why did you paste your hair all over your face? Society, fear. Unfortunately, that doctor seems to be my ex-boyfriend. I don't recognize you with your hair all over your face. Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, asked with a sneer. The air around me became frozen and I tried to play dead. Lin Yu? Pretending to be deaf I heard him hiss lightly and ask with a smirk, maybe there are people in the world with the same ID number? I slowly ruffled my hair, looking at the well-dressed man in front of me who was completely different from back then. I awkwardly said hello, long time no see, you look even more dashing. Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, lightly narrowed his eyes and responded in a friendly manner. No. Just getting by. What am I babbling about? When I saw Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, pulling down his face, I didn't dare to say anything else and continued to play dead. I remembered the vow I made when I was in love with Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark. What did I say then? If I break up with you, I'll shit in your face afterward. I don't think it's a good idea to swear. I swore today, even though Nurse Sis said it's normal, but that is in front of the ex-boyfriend. Being pushed out of the delivery room, Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, looked at the man sitting outside playing with his cell phone. The corners of his mouth tugged. His eyes were gloomy and he asked rather disdainfully, Lin Yao, is this the man you're looking for? The sound of elimination music came to his ears one after another. Great, perfect, bonus time. I was a bit speechless for a moment, but I was afraid of losing face in front of my ex, so I replied back, it's none of your business if it's off. Sorry, I don't know how to get back to him. The man who was sitting on the seat in front of the operating room playing a diminishing game heard the conversation, raised his head and looked over, and was about to say something when he was interrupted by a shout from me. Babe, I need you to push me back to the hospital room. I'm hurting so bad, so exhausted watching my theatrical performance. The corner of Dr. Marcus Lang's, Mark, mouth twitches as he looks at me with a raised eyebrow. It's been a long time, but I didn't realize Ms. Luna Young has become a fake sweet voice. Was I a masochist? Why did I fall in love with him? The Nurse Sis around me couldn't hold back their laughter, and of course my babe who laughed out loud. God is going to kill me. Calm down Rinyo, steady your mind, we can win. I ignored Dr. Marcus Lang's, Mark, Ian and Young extended my hand and continued to clip on. No, said gently, jerk, hold hands. A long, strong hand held me, but it wasn't my babe. The atmosphere around me became awkward. I froze for a moment, looked at the hand I was holding with Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, realized that the atmosphere was not right and hastily let go. Glaring at me, babe, I extended my hand to him. Ethan Su, take my hand, huh? Oh. Here we go, honey. Ethan Su pushed Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, away, took my hand and pushed me away. Before I left, I quietly glanced at Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark. He didn't say anything to stab me again. He didn't say a word. He looked at the hand that was holding mine just now, and twisted his head to leave. It seems that the whole person is very despondent. I heart some hard, wait. Heart a ghost. This jerk despondent. What? I am not. Back to the ward. See no one. Ethan Su elbow stabbed me, joking. Wife, who was that man just now? I gave him a blank look, and remembering his eye-catching behavior just now, I still swallowed the dirty words. Just now. Behaved well. I am not sure if he's a good man, but he's a good man. Then buy me dinner. Hiss, getting an inch or what? Ethan Su, you're not a big boy. I'm going to tell your dad that you broke his precious teapot. As soon as I said that, Ethan Su hurriedly pinched and massaged my leg, muttering attentively, don't. Cousin aunt, I was wrong. You little bastard. Ethan Su is my cousin's nephew, but my generation is quite big, so there is a difference of 6 years between us. Originally, I had asked my best friend to accompany me this time, but she had something to do at the moment. It just so happens that Ethan Su is coming to H City for his winter vacation internship, so I grabbed this guy. Fate has really favored me. Otherwise I would lose face in front of Tang Lang. Wait a minute, fate didn't favor me. How did I meet Tang Lang here? Shouldn't he be in a city? When I thought about it, I couldn't figure it out, but I frowned. He's not in. Cousin, Ethan Su, what are you doing? Scared me. I tigerishly shuddered, running my hand over my little heart. I suspected that Ethan Su, the little brat, was definitely getting back at me for threatening him earlier. I saw you staring, so I raised my voice. He said, comparing his index Finger to his thumb in a tiny bit gesture, just a little bit. Yes, a billion points. I am pretty sure Ethan Su is definitely getting back at me. I gave him a look, spit it out. I'm sure Ethan Su is definitely getting back at me. What's your relationship with the doctor? Doctor-patient relationship. I looked sheepishly at Ethan Su's face, which clearly said, do you think I believe that? Well, the kid's older. I rubbed my nose, just. Ex-boyfriend. Ethan Su suddenly realized, smiled, and shook his head. Gossip asked, TSK, 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 people quite handsome. How and you good? What do you mean, Ethan Su? Seeing my expression is not right, Ethan Su realized that he touched my thunder point, hurriedly waved his hand. Face can't be a meal. I mean, how did you see him? This is not a question. I sighed, trying to beat a dead horse to muddle through. Nephew, it's a long story. Don't ask me to tell a story. As a result, Ethan Su immediately pulled a stool and sat down beside my bed, opening his big, clear, stupid eyes. It's okay, I have plenty of time today, Auntie, you tell it slowly. What a nice nephew. Speaking of which, my encounter with Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, was awkward. I first met Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, when I was doing the COVID testing line. He was standing in front of me in a green jumper and I just thought he was so tall and he looked so fierce. Why? Because he was wearing a black stud in his left ear and a silver stud in his ear. Plus he had an inch head and was about 58. You can't see his whole face with the mask on, but the ends of his eyes go up and he just looks like he's tugging. All in all, he looked like a strong man. The staff on one side scanned his code. Tang Lang, right. His voice was a bit low and his tail was a bit lazy. Wow, the voice is also good. However, Tang Lang, Mr. Mantis? And then looked at his green punchy clothes. It seems like, this clothing doesn't seem to be too handsome. I just couldn't stop laughing at the thought. It was already hard to manage my expression well. Luckily I was wearing a mask. I had to purse my mouth and try to hold back my laughter. Hello? Health QR code please. Hearing the staff ask, I quickly tapped on my phone. Lin Yao, yes. As I walked forward, I felt that Mr. Mantis, not, Tang Lang glanced at me. I quickly lowered my head, not shy. Is that I was afraid that I laughed out loud to be taken as a psycho. After doing nucleic acid, the more I think about it, the more funny I am. Once again, lament a mask is a good thing. Walking to the bus stop to wait for the bus ready to go home, I rushed to call my girlfriends to share. Let me tell you, I did nucleic acid today. I met a handsome guy in front of me, 58 up, full face. I saw him when he took off his mask. He's a cool guy. My best friend's voice came from the other end of the phone. If I didn't see the picture, then he's not, and that's why you're telling me this? Hang up. When I heard that she was going to hang up the phone, I said in a hurry, of course not. Do you know the name of the handsome guy? He's called Tang Lang, and the most important thing is that he's wearing a green shirt. What so? Wait, my bestie still understands me. We both said in unison, Mr. Mantis. Forget it. I'll wait for the car and then go back to Rinyo. Hello? No signal? I no longer cared to listen to the voice on the phone because I saw a man wearing a green punch bowl walking past me and then stood in front of me. Mr. Mantis, he pronounced, raising an eyebrow, the whole thing oppressive. He wasn't going to hit me, was he? I blinked a little in disbelief. It's true that I'd better not talk out of turn. I am sorry, I shouldn't have said your name like that. It's really not right to talk about people behind their backs, and the person in question even heard it, so he must have thought I was being disrespectful, so I panicked inside and hurriedly apologized. After apologizing, I didn't dare to look up at him. It's over. Am I going to get beaten up? Then hang me online. After that my life is, who knows, he just said. Remember, it's bright and cleared. I had already blushed through my ears and didn't dare to look at him at all. I remember. Don Lang, I'm sorry. Come on, the car's here. I'm leaving. Bye, Ms. Six. I thought to myself, it's okay, I'm just kidding, but he heard me. I'll be damned if I'm going to say something behind someone's back when they're being so generous and trying to give themselves a big bibble. I slapped myself lightly on the mouth. Looking up, I saw that flash of green get on the bus, and he stood on the bus and gave me a 6 with his hand through the glass, the corner of his mouth pulling up, and a smiled. It did rather fit the word Lang. Wait, 6, he just said, not Miss Lin Yu, is Miss 6 I thought he was a rapper who swallowed words badly. I think the word Lang as in Lang. Today is the day that God teaches me not to joke behind people's backs, right? My nephew Ethan Su said. 6, you two because of each other's name, love at first sight? Yes and no. It's also because of that we met. Ethan Su touched his chin, puzzled. Is that so? But why do I feel that he seems to know you? No way. He knows my name is Lin Yu from the staff, right? Ethan Su shook his head. It's either that or man's intuition. forget it, you go on. At that time I was working in a media company in City Aid. I was seriously coding in front of the computer looking forward to a good weekend when Sisterly, who was next door, came over. She said with some embarrassment, Xiaolin, tomorrow is Saturday and one of my relatives is getting married. I sighed silently. It seems that my wonderful weekend is out of the question, and as expected, Sisterly continued, you youngsters don't understand, this is a favor you can't go without it, don't you think so? You don't want me to go to work, do you? I raised my head somewhat helplessly. Sisterly, just say it. Hearing me say this, she froze for a moment but quickly revealed a polite smile. I have a medical interview at a university on Saturday. Look, alright, Sisterly, you send me the information. Hearing me promise, Sisterly showed a relieved smile and continued to talk about the scene. Waiting for sister to come back to bring you over their specialties. However, I was standing at an intersection of a university. How in the world to find the lecture hall? I'd better find someone to ask. Just as I was about to ask the girl walking in front of me, a slightly familiar voice called out to me. Ms. Six. I turned around to look and sure enough it was him. Hey Tang Lang? He smiled brightly when he heard me call his name. Not bad, you got my name right this time. There's no need to mention it again. The social death memory reappeared. Sorry, I was wrong last time. Hearing my words, he skid lightly. Do you have to apologize every time we meet again? He snapped his fingers. We're kind of even. A tie? What does that mean? When I saw him make the sign of 6 again, I understood. Oh, you mean Miss 6. Seeing that I finally understood, he touched my head. What is he doing? Is this a head touching? But my hair is messed up. I say, Miss 6 can't call you that, huh? Oh, then you can just call me Rinyo. I straightened my hair. He laughed again. I realized that this person really loves to laugh, laughing openly and recklessly. It's good to be young. So, Lin Yao, what brings you to our school? I'm here to do an interview. Wait, your school? You're studying medicine? Seeing my shocked look, he raised his eyebrows lightly and wrapped his arms around his chest. Don't I look like a doctor? Of course. I looked at the man in front of me wearing a black leather jacket and earrings. He looked like a rocker. Okay, I'm stereotyping. I thought he was a rapper last time. You don't know your way around, do you? Did you find out? I nodded in embarrassment. Then I'll take you there. Really? Thank you so much. I'm interviewing Professor Shen. Professor Shen, that's my mentor. He's on my way. This guy wasn't as bad as he looked, but I didn't dare to talk to him. He was dressed too fashionably and I have a phobia of hipsters. It was so quiet on the way. He walked in front, I followed behind, and I didn't speak again. After the interview with Professor Shen, I was packing up my things when Professor Shen asked me, Xiaoyao, you and Tang Lang are. Looking at the professor's gossipy expression, I thought to myself that he wouldn't think I was Tang Lang's girlfriend. I am not sure if he thought I was Tang Lang's girlfriend. He said, we just ran into each other. Just ran into each other? Oh, I see, we're just friends. You don't seem to believe it. Professor Shen looked out the door and saw that Tang Lang hadn't come back yet and said in a low voice, I tell you I have not seen this kid to bring a girl. Xiao this kid although some odd, but learning is a first-class good a great future. Yes, that's so. I don't know the way, so he brought me here. Oh, that's why he brought me here, he said. Then he patted me on the shoulder. Xiao, you have a good chance. I think you. I am looking forward to it. Professor Shen, hush, Tang Lang is here. Don't tell him that I said so much and then you'll hurt me again. Tang Lang came over, saw Professor Shen mysterious look. Some strange. What did you guys talk about? Nothing. Professor Shen and I spoke in unison. Seeing this, Tang Lang was even more puzzled. Lin Yao, what did that old man say to you? Just as he finished speaking, Professor Shen hit him on the back. Bastard. Who are you calling an old man? Is there another old man in this classroom? You, Xiao, forget about it, just change it. Take it as I was just talking nonsense to you. After that, Professor Shen cursed and left, and I vaguely heard something like, I'll forget about it for the rest of my life. You brat. Thank Tang Lang for his help. I decided to treat him to dinner. Thanks for today. Why don't I treat you to dinner? Today? Tang Lang looked at his watch, a little distressed. I'm afraid I can't, I just have a class. Then, let's do it next time. I'll add your WeChat. Well, it's really unfortunate, he said, pulling out his cell phone. He took out his cell phone and said, will you scan me? Good. The two of us formally added WeChat with a beep. Next time you have time, I'll treat you to dinner. Thanks for today. Okay, I'll see you next time then. He promised with a light smile. However, he had been very busy and it took me a long time to pay back the dinner date. Today, I finally got a date with Tang Lang, a busy man, for dinner. The place for dinner was very close to my house, so I packed up in no hurry and received a message from Tang Lang on my way out. Where have you gotten to? He's all the way there. I was busy looking at the time on my cell phone. There were still 15 minutes before the appointment. He went so early. He's on his way. He's almost there. Are you there already? After typing I clicked send. The cell phone showed that the other party was in the process of typing. Oh what? Are you here or not? I don't care, let's get going. I left the house in a hurry and just as I got off the elevator I got a new message. Not yet.do you have to take a big breath to talk, won't you send it all at once? I was muttering and spitting when I raised my eyes to see the object of my spit standing right in front of my neighborhood. Wait, why is Tang Lang in front of my neighborhood? You? Without waiting for me to ask, Tang Lang pointed to the next door and said, my house is in the neighborhood next to yours. I was just about to go there. The next neighborhood? What a coincidence. More than chocolate. What kind of fate is this? After we were seated in the restaurant, the waiter came over and asked, hello, are you a couple? To celebrate Valentine's Day, the couple set menu is 30% off. 30% off. What if I'm a little tempted for my wallet, but, I looked at Tang Lang across the table. I can't. To say yes, this is not to take advantage of the young man of a good family. Just as I was about to deny it, he interrupted me with a voice. Yes, let's have a couple set menu then. Okay, enjoy your meal, both of you. After the waitress left, Tang Lang carefully glanced at me. I'm sorry, you won't mind. I was thinking that you're treating, so it can be more cost effective. Not to mention that I don't know what to order, and the set menu is a good choice, huh? No. I don't mind. This is exactly what I want. My little money you really can't let go of me. After getting my answer, Tang Lang tapped the table with his hand. Oh, that's good. After dinner, it was not far from our neighborhood, so we walked home together, probably because we drank some wine or maybe we became better acquainted, and we had a good conversation along the way. I'll go home first, Tang Lang. Bye. I waved my hand at Tang Lang. The weather has turned cold. He wore a curry-colored coat today which softened his whole person. Hearing me speak, Tang Lang put his hands in his pockets, lightly nodded and said yes. Did not wait for me to take 2 steps. The person behind me spoke softly. Lin Yao. Ah. I looked back. The person standing under the ginkgo tree on the street touched his neck with his hand and pursed his lips. The breeze blew gently. His face and ears carried a hint of slight redness. No wonder people say drink some wine to avoid the cold and warm your heart. My face now also feels hot. My heart is also warm. Finally, he spoke up. Do you walk back? That's it? Huh, not really. 2 steps and I'll take the elevator. The air froze even more and he was silent for a moment, making a low sound. Oh, that's okay. Take care. Okay, you too. What am I saying? A few more steps ahead to his neighborhood. The roadside can still rush out of a robber to tie up a big man of more than 1 meter. The more I thought about it, the more embarrassed I became, and I accelerated my pace home. All I could think of was run away, as I thought drinking is good for the intellect. Let's go out for dinner and drinks after work today. Lin Yu, don't go this time. A boy from the next group in the office came over and put his arm around my shoulder. Here we go again. I silently avoided his hand and reluctantly agreed. I know. At a drinking party, there is always a kind of person who is keen to persuade others to drink, such as Lin Yao. Come on, bottoms up. I can't drink too much. Can I have tea instead of wine? I declined. How can this be done? Is not to give me face. I really can't drink anymore. I can't drink. Screw your face. However, the man still won't let go. I'm not going to be able to get a lot more than that, but I'm going to be able to get a lot more than that. It seems that this wine must be drunk. Okay, hey, race to you. I stood up and raised my glass in an exaggerated manner, but I spilled a lot of it. I picked up the rest of the wine and drank it all in one go, and after I finished drinking it, I sat down on the stool and remained silent. Everyone looked stunned, and at this time Sisterly came out to round up the situation. Haha, so you also drank, then we also continue. This dish can be delicious. You do not eat, I can eat. The end of the ha. Everyone seemed to have come back to their senses because of these words, and the table became lively again. After the drinking game, everyone left one after another, and just as I was about to take a taxi at the entrance, Xiao Wang from the next group came over with a drunkenness and a smell of alcohol. He pretended to be powerless and collapsed on my shoulder. I tried to push him away but couldn't. Xiao Yao, why don't you take me home? I really like you. He said and was about to go into my arms. I pushed him away and rolled his eyes greatly. I simply wanted to vomit. This person obviously has a girlfriend but still want to hook up again. Always intentionally or unintentionally to the company's physical contact. Since this is the case, I also do not leave the so-called face directly point out, you already have a girlfriend. Besides, I don't like you. After hearing my words, he seemed to find it funny. Girlfriend? I'm not married. If you promise me, I'll break up with her. When I heard this, I was furious. I really felt sorry for that girl, and I scolded him loudly. I'm not interested in being a mistress. I am not interested in being a junior. You can afford to be like this to your girlfriend? Have that heart cannot be put on the work. I tell you, do not harass me. I have a boyfriend. I pushed him away with all my strength. Xiao Wang stood still shakily, as if he was being pushed, and approached me step by step. Lin Yao, you dare to push me? What kind of boyfriend do you have? Are you bluffing me? You have to send me home today. He said he was about to come over and pull me. I backed up and was ready to run away. When I turned my head, I fell into someone's arms. The man wrapped his arms around me, the sound of his steady heartbeat in my ear as he chilled out. Don't some people have legs? Do I have to ask my girlfriend to take him home? He pushed Xiao Wang to the ground. Tang Lang? I looked up. He pursed his lips and looked at the man on the ground with a cold expression. Seemingly sensing my line of sight, he lowered his head to look at me, smiled lightly at me, patted my shoulder, and then pulled me behind him. Be good, wait for me for a while. I'll send off your colleague. He pronounced the word coworker extraordinarily heavily. Tang Lang walked to the little king, scooped him up, pulling him, should be dragging it, stood on the side of the road and hit a car. After stuffing the little king into the car, said to him, give the driver to say where your home is and don't just touch other people's girlfriend. After saying that, he closed the door. Looking at the faraway car, I finally relaxed. Tears in my eyes could not help but flow down. Tang Lang walked over and didn't say anything, just touched my head, pulled my hand and said softly, let's go, I'll send you home. I hung my head and nodded. He didn't say another word on the way, just that hand always held me tightly. I let go of him only when we got downstairs, and after easing my emotions, I spoke slowly. Thank you, Don Lang. When you met me, you either said sorry or thank you. Lin Yao, you definitely owe me from your past life. Hearing this joke from him, I was in a much better mood and smiled. Maybe it was the wine that hit me. I said, then I'll give you back a girlfriend, okay? After I said that, he froze, and so did I. After realizing what I said, I blushed, and without waiting for his reply, I turned around and ran upstairs, and of course didn't notice Tang Lang laughing softly behind my back and sighing. After returning home and closing the door, I flung myself onto the bed and rolled around, covering my face and muttering to myself, ah. Lin Yu, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're craving someone else's body. You're done now. Tang Lang must think TikTok, my cell phone beeped. I unlocked it and looked at it. It was a message from Tang Lang. Frowny face. I haven't signed for it yet. My girlfriend is running too fast. Seeing this message, I couldn't control the corners of my mouth from rising and quickly got up and ran to the window to see that he was still under the building. I went up in the air for a moment and sent a sentence, you wait. After sending it, I ran out the door and headed downstairs. Hearing the sound of footsteps, Tang Lang put his phone back into his pants pocket and looked at me with a smile. Seeing me rushing towards him, he opened his arms and I jumped into his arms, hearing his laughter in my ears. Ah, he's so cute. He's a boyfriend. A kiss should. I stood on my tiptoes and kissed him on the cheek. Then he stopped laughing. Done. I'm impulsive. I got carried away, instantly reacting. My head goes blank and I push him away again and run upstairs. A new message came on my cell phone. Frowny face. Lin Yao, are you a rabbit? Do you run that fast every time? I looked at the message in my phone. I couldn't help but laugh out loud, tapping down on my phone. Frowny face. I know, Mr. Mantis. Good night. After sending it, I walked over to the window and peeked at him. He raised his eyebrows when he received the message before pulling his phone out of his pants pocket and tapping a few lines to send it to me. Frowny face. Good night, Miss Bunny. Next time don't run so fast. It might be nice to fall in love. It turned out to be great, except for the fact that it made me wake up early and run every day. Yikes, Ethan Su said, rubbing the non-existent goosebumps on his arms. You two were kinda romantic, so whyd you break up? I sighed at that. It was just for fun. Huh, I don't believe you. In the face of my words, Ethan Su was speechless. My best friend Sophia Xia finally arrived. Yo-yo, are you okay? I nodded my head. I'm fine. Where's Eva? She asked. The nurse took it to the nursery for a checkup. Oh yeah, it's a little princess. Wow, that's great, but you don't look too happy. What's wrong? I wailed. Hey, I met him. Sophia Xia looked shocked. Him? Isn't he in City A? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I was thinking of a solution when Sophia Xia pulled my hand. Why don't we transfer him to a hospital? Good idea. I was about to nod when a male voice interjected. That won't be necessary. Wow, here comes Chow Chow. The paramedics brought the baby over. Where's the father? I'll show you how to hold the baby, huh? If you don't want to be the nurse. Sophia Xia was about to say something, but I quickly pulled her hand back and gave her a frantic look. Ethan Su. Sophia Xia also reacted, pulling Ethan Su and pushing her forward. Ow. That what she babe, quick. There was panic over there. Tang Lang walked next to me. His breathing was slightly heavy, vaguely angry. Lin Yu, the child all healthy. You do not need to transfer to the hospital. He stared into my eyes for a moment in silence. I lowered my head to avoid it after contacting the line of sight. I won't be coming back. He turned away after saying that, not even listening to my reply. Oh, what the hell, you said I was a fast runner before but you're not one yourself. After the paramedics left, Sophia Xia sat next to me and put her arm around my shoulder. Baby, is he your nephew? I nodded. Oh, she points at Ethan Su. Nephew? Go out and buy a Haichu candy and come back. Huh? Ethan Su froze. Geez, go ahead, your aunt loves it, and we need to talk. Ethan Su swept his eyes over the two of us, then said indifferently, sure. I looked at the man who had been out for a while and his face was covered in color and I couldn't understand him. Ethan Su, did you go to buy candy and get hit by Wonky? Ethan Su touched the bruise on the right side of his face and hissed softly, yeah, I got hit by Wanted. Well, not really, I accidentally rubbed it on the wall. Sophia Xia and I gave a thumbs up at the same time. Good for you. I take the candy. Huh? Why is it one? Isn't it a bag? Ethan Su doesn't blush. Oh, I unwrapped and ate one, so it's in bulk. Me. After that I really never saw Tang Lang again, and Ethan Su went to school but he actually turned down my offer to buy him a game console. It was weird but not weird when you can save money. Sophia Xia accompanied me back home and I got a sister-in-law to help take care of me and the baby. Can someone tell me what the hell is going on with this person standing at my door right now? So, you are my new neighbor? Yes, what a surprise, I didn't know Ms. Lin lived here too. Tang Lang replied with a smile. That being said, it's too strange. Ms. Lin doesn't think I moved here on purpose because of you, does she? I immediately denied. Of course not. I immediately denied it. Of course not. I feel like you're saying oh in a meaningful way. By the way, where's Ms. Lin's babe? He's on a business trip. Oh, can you stop saying oh, Ms. Lin? Tang Lang, why do you have so many questions? I interrupted him. I am talking about the baby. What children? You can ask me anything about medical care. No, oh, it's free to answer those questions. I sucked in a breath of cold air. Man, you really got me. Thank you, Dr. Marcus Lang. Mark. My reaction seemed to be what he expected. He raised his eyebrows and smiled. You're welcome, we're all neighbors. Oh, I have a feeling it's not that simple. Tang Lang was right, he is really useful. I stood anxiously in front of Tang Lang's house. My sister-in-law had taken a vacation a few days ago and somehow my daughter Chiao started to spit up. I had no choice but to go to Tang Lang's house for help. Tang Lang, are you there? The door opened and he frowned when he saw my anxious face. What's wrong? Don't worry, his voice gave me a great sense of security. I tugged on his sleeve. Slightly choked. Chiao, she threw up. I don't know. Tang Lang comfortingly patted my shoulder. It's okay, I'll go take a look. Tang Lang picked up Chiao and gently patted her back. It's okay, I guess I drank a little too much milk today and am slightly spitting up. I was relieved to hear his words. Looking at Tang Lang who was wearing a housecoat and holding the baby, I silently sighed in my heart. The scene was very harmonious, worthy of being a real father and daughter until Chiao fell asleep. Tang Lang bent down and gently placed her on the cot. His big hand gently rubbed Kiakio's small hand and smiled gently. Then he turned around and gestured for me to go out with him and I nodded. The two of us sat down on the couch and no one spoke. I rubbed my hands together awkwardly and was about to open my mouth to thank him. Thanks for today, let's talk. We both spoke out at the same time. At the moment I looked over at him, he was staring straight at me and I mentally swallowed lightly as I opened my mouth. You tell me, why did you leave without saying goodbye in the first place? He asked. I bit my lip and whispered, I didn't leave without saying goodbye, I sent a message. Heh. He sneered. If you're referring to that breakup message I don't recognize it. My head snapped up, questioning. Why? Did I agree to it? Did you ask me? Did I answer? He issued his soulful 3 questions and I was a bit overwhelmed. Tang Lang continued to increase the fire. And I couldn't even get back to you if you just deleted me, he said with some gnashing of teeth, and I lowered my head like a prisoner being interrogated. That indeed wait, how to make it my fault? Obviously you and that woman said and I just play around. Scum. Hearing my answer he froze. Where did you hear that? I clasped my hands to my chest. I heard it with my own ears. He pointed his finger at my eyes. I saw it with my own eyes. I'll see what else you have to say. Instead of being ashamed he looked like he was laughing and angered. He sighed. Lin Yao, that's my sister. He growled. That's your only sister? I didn't realize that you were still being kept by someone. Tang Lang, you know, that's a rich woman with a Lamborghini and I have to admit that she's still got some good looks. Where did he find the rich woman's sister? She's my own sister. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. My whole face was like a penthouse thousand teacher. Was it really a misunderstanding? Nope, he did say just for fun. As if guessing what was on my mind, he explained in a calm tone. As for playing around, that was me coaxing my sister. I don't believe it. He choked and coughed lightly. Sister, give a chance to explain in detail. The dog man is trying to pin me down again. Say. He's being pinched hard. Actually, my family is quite rich. I nodded, seeing that. My sister watches a lot of TV shows and she thinks money is the test of love, so if I admit it, she'll definitely test you with money. Wait, I made an interrupting gesture. What does your sister say? Is it? I pondered the idolatry and, following the example of the evil mother-in-law on TV, I picked up the playing card on the table pretending to be a bank card and handed it to Tang Lang. I'll give you $1 million to leave my brother. Tang Lang took the playing card and nodded. Do you think I won't pass the test? He nodded again. I looked at him with wide eyes. Don't look at me, Lin Yu. He was a little aggravated. Actually, you didn't even like me much at that time, did you? There was like but not much. You must have chosen money. I choked and defended, which is not. I definitely choose you. Your sister out how much? $3 million. Oh, that's true. I might not be able to pass the test. See, I do not speak. Tang Lang also understand. He just had a little hope. Now is to realize that he cannot compare to the money irritation. He took a deep breath to calm down and said expressionlessly, so Lin Yu, not only do you think I can't compare to $3 million, but you also broke up with me. The momentum I had just now was all gone. I didn't dare to look at him at all and I lowered my head and muttered in a small voice, no, it's all a misunderstanding. Yes, misunderstanding. He laughed at himself, stood up and walked straight toward the door. I think also did not think also stood up and followed him to the door but also did not say anything to stay words. He opened the door and there was a man standing outside, Ethan Su and his suitcase. Maybe I didn't come at the right time. No, you came at the right time, I shouted. Donlin pushes Ethan Su out of the way and opens the door to his house before slamming it hard. Ethan Su and I were both taken aback. Cousin, what happened to Dr. Marcus Lang? Mark. I was quite surprised by Ethan Su's arrival and welcoming him into the house. I asked, why are you here? I had a fight with my mom. What happened? She asked me to go on a blind date and I didn't want to, so he said, spreading his hands. Looks like he's taking refuge in my place. So when are you going to talk to your mother about Xiao Xiao? I don't know. Is there any chance of you and Dr. Marcus Lang, Mark, getting back together? I don't know. Is Xiao Xiao Dr. Marcus Lang's child? Yes. Oh shit, I think Dr. Marcus Lang is nice. Why don't you go to? I don't know. There's a room available, you can clean it up yourself. After saying that, I went into my room and walked to the crib to look at Xiao Xiao. Xiao Xiao had already woken up, but very good, did not cry, certainly not with me. My mom said I'll cry, that is with his father. I put a finger in front of Qiaoqiao's eyes and she reached out her little hand to hold me. Xiao Xiao, do you think mom should get your dad back? Xiao Xiao just laughed and I sighed. Tang Lang hadn't left the house for 3 days. I kept an eye on his house. His garbage was piled up outside the door. It's reasonable to say that someone with a cleanliness fetish like him wouldn't be like this. Just as I was thinking, I heard the door across the street click. I rushed to the cat's eye to take a look. Tang Lang pulling a suitcase seems to be going out. Was it a business trip? Then he didn't come back across the street for a week, and when he came back again he brought a lot of people with him, and it looked like he was moving. My heart skipped a beat. I couldn't think about it. I opened the door in a hurry. Tang Lang, who was directing people, took the time to look at me and continued to direct. The two of us were like ordinary neighbors. I felt a little hard in my heart and my eyes were slightly moist. Not daring to look at it again, I closed the door and after a while I opened it as if I had made up my mind. Tang Lang, can you not go? I don't know if Tang Lang can hear my voice in the noisy environment. After a long time, his voice was low. Let's go to your house and talk. Okay. We stood at the entrance. He didn't say anything and I pursed my dry lips. Ethan Su is actually my cousin's nephew. I kept my head down. Coquette is actually your daughter. I didn't dare look at him. Can we stay together? I finally looked up at him. There was a hint of fear in his eyes, but more than that he was ecstatic and he wrapped his arms around me and planted his lips on mine, his breath mingling. For a long time he let go of me and that's when I reacted. Why aren't you surprised at all? He wiped the tears from the corner of my eyes with his hand and smiled gently. I knew it. My eyes widened. How did you know? I told my cousin's husband. I turned to look over. Ethan Su was standing behind us for who knows how long. I blushed and pushed Tang Lang away. Then eyes glanced over the two men. When did you two hook up? Ethan Su, who told you to call him your cousin's husband? You said I did. Ethan Su asked Tang Lang. Tang Lang took out a Haichu candy from his pocket and handed it to me, signaling Ethan Su to speak. Okay, on the day I bought the candy for my cousin's husband, he said. Go on. I asked as I chewed the candy. I was about to go out to buy it that day, but just as I stepped out of the corner, a man suddenly pushed me against the wall. Ethan Su touched his face. Tang Lang touched his nose. I instantly understood. The bruise wasn't accidental. That's right, it's the cousin's husband. He thinks him your babe and he's threatening to be mean to you, and he's being mean. He was so mean. then I got scared, so I had to explain. Ethan Su rubbed his hands together. After that, my cousin's husband contacted me and compensated me with a game console, so I didn't take it seriously. Oh yeah, I didn't buy that candy, it was from my cousin's husband. I looked at Tang Lang with some shock. Get used to it. A kill. You like it? To kill. He touched my head, the ultimate head touch kill. I turned and hugged him. This man really knows how to hold me. Ahem, there's still time, why don't you two go get a license? Chow chow, I'll watch. Ethan Su patted his chest. Sister, Tang Lang asked me in a low voice. I'll go get my stuff. I turned around to get my stuff, but I didn't even notice the two people behind me giving a thumbs up. Later, Tang Lang and I got our licenses and found our parents to confess, although both parents were shocked at how quickly we got married and had a child. But in light of the fact that we both finally resolved our marital affairs, as well as after seeing Chow Chow, we gained unanimous approval. Sitting on the sofa with me hugging Tang Lang and Tang Lang hugging Chow Chow, looking at the father-daughter duo, I sighed. Fate is really wonderful. So Chow Chow is a coincidence of coincidence? Tang Lang asked. A dash HUD. I am glad I met you at the hospital. I hugged Tang Lang tightly. Donaldson touched my head and said in an unexpected and profound way, yeah, Ethan Su and Don Lang mini scene. So what do you see in my aunt? Ethan Su gently touched his wound. We weren't close to each other at the time. Tang Lang looked at Ethan Su's face a little embarrassed. Then I often go to the neighborhood park to run. Sometimes met a girl there to feed the cat. Feed just, but also to the cat spit all kinds of things. The company how to shirk work. Someone is mooching off of her. And where is the best place to get a hand pie, as well as asking the cat when she won the lottery. Ethan Su laughed out loud at that. Ha 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 ha. Indeed something my cousin could do. Recalling this, Don Lang laughed too, remembering the girl who was dancing around with her hands, and soon got a little frustrated again. Let me guess. Ethan Su enthused. Did you have your eye on my cousin before she called you Mr. Mantis? Although a little surprised how Ethan Su knew about this. Tang Lang nodded his head. Her own guess was finally verified and Ethan Su was delighted. Sure enough, I knew it. My cousin can't see it, can she? Leading the way was an accident, but you deliberately owed the meal to keep in touch with my cousin aunt. Tang Lang nodded. Looks like she told you everything. Cousin's husband, hard work. Ethan Su looked at Tang Lang with a sympathetic face. So, what happened with the breakup? Ethan Su asked. Tang Lang also sighed and looked puzzled. I don't know, she just said break up and deleted me. So you came to hometown. She said she liked it here before. Ethan Su narrowed his eyes. It's okay, cousin-in-law, you still have a chance. I'm optimistic about you, not to mention your Chow Chow father. Tang Lang nodded, not surprised. After Ethan Su showed that he was Lin Yu's nephew, he knew that Chow Chow was his child. I also think there's still a chance. So what's cousin-in-law's next plan? Close to the water, you get the moon first. Ethan Su and Tang Lang mini theater. Listen to me, cousin auntie husband, you've got to give my cousin a strong dose of medicine. Ethan Su sends a message. Oh, Tang Lang expresses interest. You need to force my cousin's hand with you giving up and leaving. She's just too hesitant and wants to run away all the time. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So can you come and be an inside man then? I see that the new cell phone has recently come out. And no problem. After replying to the message,